All right, we are going to get going here. Welcome, everyone, to the amazing Spider-Man. It's a huge year for Spider-Man. We're going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to talk about some other books, including one possibly written by a woman named Kelly Sue DeConnick. Like all good freelancers, is 5 minutes late. That's right, cheer on freelancers for being late. That's a great idea. There she goes. Take your time, guys. Look at those boots. She's trying to fool you all. All right, everybody. My name is Stephen Wacker. I am the senior editor of this gritty gang of graphic literature's greatest gringos and gringas. We've got a lot of cool stuff to bring to you. Let's introduce a few of the players here. We don't have, I kind of blew the panel out. We don't have pictures of everybody. But we do have a picture of this guy, Dan. He got in so much trouble he has to wear that fake beard everywhere. Also today we have Nick Spencer writing a little book. It's been a wonderful addition to this fine line of books. Also we have, there she is. Series 4 is right of Avengers Assemble and some other book. Remember, I wonder why she's here, because we've announced that Captain Marvel's last issue is coming out, so I don't know why you're here.
Say what?
Oh, you can all leave then. All right? How's that? Also, we have me. There's me. And Ellie Pyle, assistant editor. But we also have with us Humberto Ramos, artist. Editor Sana Amana, editor of Captain Marvel, Tom Brennan, associate editor on Spider-Man, and the editor of Superior Code. And James Thomas, also an assistant editor here with a big announcement later on in the channel. Let's hit it with the book that you want to hear about.
Superior Code!
Oh, we do have a picture of Sana. Sorry. That was taken. That's an ego you don't want to feed. Believe me. Okay. Superior Spider-Man, 21 and 22. Coming up in November of this year. Dan, you want to talk about 21 going into the big Venom story?
Ooh, issues 20 and 21, the Black Cat and the Center issues. It's every 4 pages is just, you're gonna be like, no! If this is a book that like torments you and you love to hate, you will love to hate it even more. One of the things that's going to happen we have in the Venom issues, you know, it's really sad there's no Venom book for Flash to go back to. Or the symbiote. So anything can happen to them! I have a trail of bodies behind me, don't think I won't do it.
If you like Dr. Octopus inside Spider-Man, you'll love the wizard inside Venom.
One of the things that's
Go ahead.
One of the things that's going to happen in the Venom arc, leading into something later, is there will be the birth of a new goblin. Yes. She's playable in the Marvel Lego game. Isn't that awesome? Her handbag does damage.
Also, coming up in November, we have the very first Superior Spider-Man annual by Chris Gage. Gorgeous art by Javier Rodriguez, and cover you can see by Dave Jones. Ellie and Dan, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, speaking of Aunt May, we are going to get to see she's going to get to see a little bit of the darker side of the Superior Spider-Man in this annual. So you're going to want to check it out. It's definitely going to continue the trend of Superior Spider-Man changing things in its world.
Chris Gage is co-writing the Venom Darkest Hours arc with me, and Chris is the writer of this annual, and we've been working together, so the things that happen in this annual count. Stuff is going to happen in this annual that will lead right into the next big Spider-Man that you're going to want to read this one.
And Javier Rodriguez's art is gorgeous.
Cool. Next up, we're celebrating 1 year after the fall of Peter Parker with some .1 issues, 700.1.5, and Tom Brennan here pulled together some pretty great teams to help us remember the original Peter Parker, since such a clamoring from all of you that you wanted to get 1, 2, 3 more stories with the classic Peter Parker. So Tom, why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, it's great to be at New York Comic Con, the best 4 days of my year. 700.1 through 700.
Wouldn't you say that New York audiences are the best audiences?
They're pretty great. So all throughout this year, whenever I'm talking to you Spider fans, whether you love Superior or hate it, all I hear is, I miss Peter Parker. Well, now's the chance to put your money where your mouth is. These are 5 of the best Peter Parker stories you will ever read. 700.1 and .2, Dave Morrell, he's the novelist who created Rambo, teaming with Klaus Janson, living legend, to give us a classic story. Spider-Man has to save Aunt May and New York from a blizzard. 700.2 and 700.3, Man of Action's Joe Casey is coming back to Marvel. And he's teaming with Tim Green from give us up for Joe Casey. Tim Green of Avengers Academy. And 700.5, Brian Reed and Sean Chen will be back to Marvel as well with a great story where Spider-Man and the Human Torch have to save the entire universe in less than 20 pages. And also Jen Van Meter, who from Hopeless Savages, done a lot of great work for Marvel as well. Team with Emma Rios to do a great Black Cat story, Black Cat Keeper. And then a writer named Clay Chapman, who did some all-ages stuff for us. He's also a terrific young adult novelist, wrote a great book called The Tribe, Homeroom Headhunters. It's a kid's book about cannibals. And Javier Rodriguez, from Superior Spider-Man Annual, getting a little bit of a story. If you're a fan of the movie My Bodyguard, you're going to love this story. It's out in December. These are some terrific books by some terrific creators. And of course, the last story we have Kevin Grievous, who wrote a New Warriors book for us a few years ago, and as creator of I, Frankenstein and Underworld, is teaming with Lee Weeks, just had a terrific run of Daredevil Dark Knights. Do a great story called What Would Spider-Man Do, where a young boy saves Spider-Man's life. And it is one of the most emotional stories you'll ever read. It's a great group of books to celebrate Peter Parker, who you all love, I know. Pick it up in December.
Next up in the Spidey lineup, Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man team-up by Chris Yost and Marco Picchetto. Sana, you want to tell us about this?
Sure. We're actually currently on the Superior 6 storyline, which is Superior Spider-Man thinks that he is the greatest hero ever, and thinks that he can actually reform his own former Sinister Six villains into the Superior Six. And this is what happens when Superior Spidey tries to have his own team and then end up facing off with the Masters of Evil. So it's a great ride. It's Marco Picchetto, Chris Yost, of course, writing, and we have some beautiful covers there by Paulo Rivera and is that Marco? Yeah, Marco Picchetto's other cover. And Ellie can talk a little bit more about what's to come after that.
Coming after that, Marco Picchetto did a crossover for us a while back called Mega Effect, and we just loved him drawing Daredevil and Punisher with Spider-Man so much, we're going to do a little bit more of that in issue number 9, as you can see from that cover there, and that is going to... I'm going to speak very carefully now. And that is going to pick up with some of the seeds seeds that Dan is planting. How's that? Is that okay?
That was awesome. That was completely unhelpful, Ellie. Thank you. Little secret behind the comics here. You'll notice we go issue 6, 7, and into 9. Now, I'd love to tell you that's because the cover to number 8 has such a huge spoiler on it. But really what happened is that our cover artist, Paula Rivera, decided to get married. It didn't do the cover yet. He's not here. I don't know why you're applauding. You can't hear about it anyway.
There will be one by the time the book comes out.
Yeah, we will have a cover. That's one of the cornerstones of the Wacker office.
Spoiler alert on that. Cover on the book.
Next up, one of my favorite new books of the year, Superior Foes of Spider-Man. I think you're from the mind of Mr. Nick Spencer. He pitched me at a breakfast, and 6 months later we had a comic book. You want to talk about some of the great work you and Steve Lieber have been doing?
Yeah, you do not think when you're pitching Marvel a book starring Boomerang that you are going to get a green light. Steve Lieber doing fantastic work on the book. For everybody following it, the gang are after the head of Sylvia Silvermane, which is locked away down in the bottom of the Owl's lair. And Boomerang is back in control of the Sinister Six after losing it for just a bit. Coming up also, we're going to learn a lot more about the new Beetle, about Janice. So she's got some pretty awesome secrets in her past that we're going to be shining a light on.
Cool. And if any of you, we have any Hawkeye fans out there? Daredevil Superior Foes is a book you have to check out. It's got that same kind of vibe, that sort of off-day vibe. So please check out Superior Foes. It's one of my favorite new books. Coming up next, oh, here we go. Just around the universe a little. How about that segue, huh? You don't see other editors with that segue. Coming up this January, we got Hawkeye 17, knock on wood. Daredevil 35 as Mark Waid and Chris Samney build to something epic coming with issue 36, which is the issue you're all going to be talking about soon. And young Sam Alexander, the new Nova, who apparently turns to a skeleton out in space after its infinity. We're bringing in new writer Jerry Duggan and artist Paco Medina. And there are some huge things planned for Nova next year in the cosmic universe. So check that out. And now I think we're heading over into some announcements and some teasers. All new Marvel Now. Anyone heard of that? Marvel has announced a ton of big books this year, but I think we have saved some of the best announcements for last. So we got some big stuff coming up. If you follow the comic internet news, you may have seen a teaser called The End, with Dan Slott and Giuseppe Camicoli's name attached to it. Dan, are you ready?
I have a crippling illness.
All right. No one knows how to handle a crowd like Dan Slott. All right. Well, The End is leading right into Superior Spider-Man 27 Point Now. A huge jumping on point, Dan. You want to talk about this? And you have to.
Everything that's been happening in Superior Spider-Man so far has all just been setting up dominoes. From this point, BAM! They're all going down. Everything leads to this. Green Goblin on this side, Doc Ock Spider-Man on that side. It's all been building to this.
I think for the first time, why don't you premiere the name of this storyline? Have we said that anywhere yet?
No.
Can I see? Go ahead.
Please.
Goblin Nation.
Friends who are so angry at us they haven't been able to read Spider-Man for 12 months, tell them to come on here and check this issue out, because this is a big one.
There are no characters. I don't care if Steve Ditko created them, if Tom Romita Sr. created them. I don't care who created them. All bets are off. Anything can happen. Anyone can go at any second. I'll do it.
Beautiful sentiment for Kids Day.
Yes. Your kids will watch. I will enjoy it.
And very specifically, some of the lead up to this is going to be in Superior Spider-Man team-up. So now that we've announced this, Superior Team Up number 9 is going to be the lead up to this. So make sure that you check that out because they're definitely there's going to be a little bit of a time jump and you're going to want to make sure that you fill in those gaps.
Something's going to happen in Superior 26. And then we'll come back.
I hope so.
A month later in 27.
That was the pitch.
Something.
All right. Next big teaser we've been throwing out there that everyone's been asking about. Hi. Kelly Sue DeConnick, David Lopez. Kelly Sue, are you ready for the next slide?
I'm actually terrified.
It's a picture of me with cats. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in March. Relaunching Kelly Sue DeConnick and David Lopez. A huge new launch. Kelly Sue, I'll let you talk about it a little bit.
Oh, so this is higher. Is it on? Can I borrow?
Okay. Oh wow! Hey, look at that.
Your mic!
They were trying to silence me. Higher, literally. We're taking her cosmic. Wow, this is really loud. That moment in the song that Devil, this is such a weird segue. You know that moment in the song that Devil went down to Georgia? She says, I done told you once, you son of a gun, I'm the best there's ever been. That's Carol. That is everything about Carol. So,
I don't think that word is gun in the original, but
I know, but I cursed in front of your children earlier today, and I feel like
welcome to the club.
Yeah. I feel I have to make amends. So we are taking her to space to do what she does best in a Flash Gordon-y Buck Rogers, I'm a cool pilot, American hero.
I get so excited when Kelly Sue talks about this story. You can say the name of the story arc too if you want.
The name of the story arc is Higher, Faster, Further, More, and that comes from the first issue of the previous run from Helen Cobb's letter to Carol about recognizing those kindred spirits, those people who must soar, who will not be contained. Carol has always been to me a very upward-facing character, heart-driven, everything about her, chin up, head up, going towards the sky, and there's a line in a book about the Mercury 13. There was a woman pilot who's from Oklahoma, and they talk about, of course she became a pilot because everything in that part of the world is trying to lift off the ground. Like you let go of the wind is such that you let go of a candy wrapper and it takes to the sky. And the signposts are shaking as they're trying to lift into the sky. That's Carol. Carol is always trying to move up, and we're going to let her go.
Slowly, I think this character is getting more and more recognition. I think if you haven't been keeping up with the book, you want to jump on now because I think in 5 years she's going to be the most recognizable Marvel character. And then Doc Ock's going to take over her brain. All right, we got enough men to hate me. Not enough. We got we still have 3 new books to announce. This is a big one. This is a big one. We saved the best for last year. Assassin. Zeb Wells and the gorgeous arc of Mike Del Mundo. He's the guy who's been doing the covers on the X-Men book.
Legacy.
X-Men Legacy. Son is the editor of this book. We're ready to announce it. It's a book I don't think anyone sees coming. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Elektra #1. Spinning out of the pages of Daredevil. Mark Waid and Zeb have been working on this thing together. Elektra's going to launch huge, and Sana, I'll turn it over to you to say some things about it.
Yes. Elektra, the bad blank assassin, she is back. And what's so wonderful about this storyline is that it reminisces some of what Frank Miller and Sienkiewicz did years and years ago, and at the same time, using that foundation, we're taking Elektra to another place now. We're trying to show who Elektra is when she no longer has the one person in her life that means more than anything to her is Daredevil. That's the only human connection she has. So who does Elektra become when she goes off on her own journey by herself? And she's been assigned to, she's going to become the Dexter of assassins. An old assassin colleague of hers approaches her to kill a guild of assassins on her behalf. So we're going to be taking Elektra to all these different places in different parts of the world, and we'll be introducing some really cool new characters, really cool new assassins. Mike Del Mundo, who is the artist on who's doing the interiors and the covers, is doing things that I've never seen before in comics, and it's really stunning, really beautiful art. And Elektra's style is also, we're still keeping her in her costume. I'm covering up her butt just a little bit.
If I'd known the words "covering up her butt" would get such a cheer, I would have said it minutes ago.
You're too late, baby. Yeah, so it's on sale in March.
Yep.
March 2014, and check it out. You wanted more female solo titles, and this is it. You got it, guys.
The teaser we've had out there is Hunted by Nathan Edmondson, the writer of the just announced Black Widow book, and Mitch Gerards. And Jake Thomas, I think you're here to talk about this one a little bit with your backwards baseball cap, you bad boy.
The hat was a spoiler, so I turned it around.
Oh. Well, here it is. Same old Frank Castle with Nathan Edmondson and Mitch Gerards. Go ahead and talk about it a little bit, Jake.
Punisher's butt is not covered. Full beat cake.
My butt.
It's gonna be great. He's in LA. Mitch Gerards actually does draw an incredibly handsome Punisher. It's really a good-looking book. But besides from that, we're taking a different direction. Since Dan Slott's killing everybody in Spider-Man, Punisher's not killing anybody. All criminals. This book is going to be really incredible. Nathan has some really fascinating ideas on Frank. We're moving him out to the West Coast. He's been such a New York guy for a long time, but his big thing is finding the head of the snake. And he thinks that he's found it out in LA. So he's going to go out to LA, got a whole new set of villains, but we're also going to tie him into some pretty big, pretty cool Marvel Universe guys. And he's going to be hunted. He's hunting the bad guys, but there's a secret government organization hunting him. They're going to be known as the 131 until they're not. And when they are revealed, I don't know what you guys will think, but when we were on the phone with Mitch and he said, look, I got this idea, these guys are going to be hunting Punisher, and in the end we're going to reveal that they're this. I went, I will kiss you, you beautiful man. I love it. I think it's a great idea. I think people are really going to get a kick out of it. And man, if you haven't seen Mitch Gerard's art, check that guy out. Incredible stuff, and it's going to be a gorgeous, fun, violent, bloody little book, and I think you're going to get a kick out of it.
Final announcement of the panel, we turn it over to Q&A. The teaser was war. And what was it all about? Why, it was about the return of the New Warriors. Scarlet Spider! Scarlet Spider! The team that you love, the team you thought we'd forgotten all about, I had until Sana brought it to me. Sonny, we'll talk about this a little bit. With Chris Jones and Marcos Coe, the team was doing a Robin book over at DC back when I understood those books.
Well, the kids are back. We have, of course, the original cast for a few new characters, including Sun Girl and Keishi, who's an Inhuman. The idea behind New Warriors is that we're collecting all types of superheroes, all backgrounds and all races and all colors, and they've all been deemed a threat. Atlanteans, deviants, clones, mutants have been deemed a threat by the High Evolutionary, and New Warriors must come together, put aside their differences, and protect who they are, their identities, protect the people that they love. And what's so great about this, Chris Yost and Marcus Toe are obviously the creative team behind it, but what I love about this story is the idea of putting together a team when the Avengers exist. What is the purpose of the New Warriors when you already have a team that has all the money and all the power and all the fame? Where do these kids fit into that world? And they're just all trying to do something good and do something right, and it's an adventure. Very much, it's a high stakes, high octane adventure, but at the same time, it's also about these kids getting together and getting to know each other and becoming friends and working together and really exploring who they can become outside of the Avengers world.
It's sort of got a vibe. The vibe they're going for is that classic Wolfman Perez, Teen Titans, and Brian Vaughn Runaways. Somewhere in the middle, we've seen those vibes together. So it's a really interesting book, and it's a launch I'm extremely excited about. So look for that. I think that's in March or February?
That's in February. February also.
Comes out in February, pre-order it, in January. All right, so that's it for the announcements. Is that enough? That's like 6 books. My God, what do you people want?
More!
4 o'clock on a Sunday. All right, we're going to turn it over to you. Q&A. We'll go back and forth, and we'll get through as many questions as we can. Go ahead, let's start over here.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
I just want, on a side note, one of my favorite issues so far.
Don't tell the people leaving, but there's actually more announcements later. But I just want to get rid of the riffraff.
Oh, one of my favorite issues is when you brought back Spider-Man 2099.
Woo!
And I just made myself as I did at home. But my question is, aside from Spider-Man 2099, are you planning to maybe bring back other alternate types of Spider-Man, or also, do you have any specific other Marvel characters that you would like to see work in superior to Spider-Man?
Dan, don't. You get what you want.
Come on, Dan! Come on! Do it.
Keep reading.
That's a good question.
Dan has interest in a lot of other Spider-Man characters, including some you haven't heard of yet.
Woo! All right.
12 months from now,
Come on, Dan.
the next New York Comic Convention, you'll have a lot of answers.
There's stuff coming.
All right, let's go over here.
Look forward to stuff, man.
Since this is the Spider-Man panel, I have to ask the question that everyone's
He's dead.
the return of Frogman after his amazing tie-in in Spider-Man Island.
Wasn't that great with Chris Yost? Wasn't that awesome? I have to...
Who's tie-in?
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Spider Island. Frogman. Frog. Yeah.
We'll see.
He's on the list somewhere.
He's on the list.
I don't remember what number.
I'll flip a coin.
Okay.
Go over here. Go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Slott. I just wanted to say, I know you received hell from what happened with Peter Parker, but I had faith in you from the moment I knew it was happening. Superior Spider-Man is nothing but amazing, no one number. But my question is, today's actually my birthday. I missed your signing, and I have Superior Spider-Man #1 here. Would you please sign it for me? Give me the logo.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. Next, over here.
Hi, I wanted to know if you're ever going to continue the series Spider-Man, because it was left on cliffhanger where maybe Miles can meet Superior Spider-Man.
I think Brian has plans for that, right?
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Slot, I have waiting for
Turn this into a signing.
after the panel.
After the batch, yeah. All right, next.
Hi, I actually have 2 questions.
Are you recording yourself asking a question?
I've been recording this whole thing. I don't want to stop, just because. Anyway, first question, are there...
It scares me because when you record it, you're not like a you person, you're a future internet person. Is that where it's going to go?
It might. I don't know. No promises. So the first question is, are there any plans to bring back Swarm?
Oh, man. He's currently on Broadway.
Waiting for his contract to be up?
And just to clear things up, is Swarm a Nazi made out of bees, or a bunch of bees who decided to become Nazis?
He's a Nazi made out of bees. So we use him in the Mighty Avengers book when I was writing. I love Swarm.
Nick has an idea of Superior Foes for a bee made out of Nazis. That he's been trying to get through.
Yeah, I also want to do a story where he comes back and he's making like Nazi honey. I thought that would be awesome.
And my second question is, on a scale from Optimus Prime to Ben, how dead is Peter?
Oh, Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
He's dead.
But on that scale.
See, I don't know Optimus from Transformers, so.
Okay. Thank you.
Just because it's Kids Day, I'm going to ask the next 2 questions to be asked by the kids that are waiting in line. I want to make sure the kids get a chance. So, no offense to the old people. You'll be kids again one day. Hello, kid. What's your name?
Alex?
Okay.
Well, Iron Fist brands out into his own solo series.
Woo! That is a very good question that only I know the answer to, and I can't tell you. Because it's not 4 weeks from now. No, the answer's no. No Iron Fist. Sorry, kid. Happy Kids Day. All right, we got another kid over here. Hello, kid. What's your name?
David.
What are you wearing, Dave? Do you have a costume on?
Yeah.
What is that?
Thor.
Awesome!
I know this is all about books and everything, but I had a little question. What are the plans for the studios with Marvel and Fox Studios?
Well, the plan is that our movie studio becomes so big we buy Fox Studios.
Relationship. Those movies exist independently of ours. We're focused on the characters and the properties that we're trying to bring to the screen right now. But if you want to go enjoy a Fox superhero movie, there's nothing more that we would love. All right?
We can provide you with a stock perspective. And
did an adult put you up to that quick question?
He's always talking about it.
Yeah? Well, you should get a subscription to the Hollywood Reporter. All right.
Mrs. Iron. Wait.
Mrs. Iron Man? Kelly Sue? What's you like?
Mr. Slot, you'd like to get a picture with the writer of Spider-Man.
Oh, sure. I didn't hear what that said. All right. Sounds like Dad wants a picture with Dan Slot. All right, we'll go over here. Why they doing that?
Oh, I'm up? Yeah. Okay, 4 points. First, I'd like to see Spider really step it up with the Avengers.
Okay.
Two, I'm wondering...
I don't know what step it up means.
It's a dance movie. I think he wants a dance movie.
Umberto's an award-winning breakdancer. I don't know if you know that.
I can sing,
Go ahead.
No.
Yeah, second, I feel it's inevitable that Otto will be encountering his doggone successor, Coward Trainer.
You are going to see ties to Carolyn Trainer because we're going to do the Stunner story coming up, but I can't speak for Carolyn herself.
Okay, I smell that inevitable awkward meeting that Carly and Mary Jane will have at Anna Maria.
We have coming up in the Venom Darkest Hours arc a moment that I've called the most cringe-worthy moment in the Spider-Man comic.
And Kelly, how do you think Carol Danvers would be doing a SmackDown against Hal Jordan?
Who?
Carol would win.
That's what I thought.
Hey, good questions. Thank you. Yellow's his weakness. Throw her hair in it.
All the new books you announced, are these going to be mini-series, weeklies, monthlies, bi-weeklies?
They will be ongoing comic book series, published monthly, except for months where we can get ahead and publish more than one.
Weekly? Are you trying to kill us?
What did you say? Weeklies.
Is Superior Spider-Man going to be monthly from now on?
Oh, that comes out twice a month. Spider-Man comes out twice a month. That's our regular publishing schedule. I wish it came out monthly. Oh, I'd have more hair.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah, this is from Dan. I was kind of an idea for a character anyway, but me and Ryan Sagan were talking and he came up with a drawing for a Scarlet Spider in 2099. There would be a scenario where the man with yellow hair would meet another Spider-Man in his universe.
Yellow hair after issue 90.
Next. Good idea. You don't own it, so don't even try to sue us. Go ahead.
Hi, Dan. I was wondering, you have Doc Ock becoming Dr. Peter Parker, and he's doing it so he can fix Aunt May's leg, right?
He isn't a doctor yet. He still has to give his thesis. Something might happen. Issues 2021, every 4 pages. It's gonna hurt.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I have a little more to ask. How can we expect everybody to react like him becoming a doctor and like Carly's trying to find out where the money's coming from? How can we expect this to go on?
Issues 20 and 21 will hurt you a lot. In the fields. On the fields.
I think I'm already dead inside.
Yes. Good. Done. I think we ruined his Kids Day. I'm telling you, it's like...
All right, my favorite... Oh, you going on?
No, go for it.
Captain Marvel, you have a question.
Punisher question, actually. Seriously.
How do you kill someone while they're driving a car?
Recent fan of the Punisher, love Frank Castle. I love the recent character, Rachel Cole Alves. Last we saw Sergeant Alves, she was kind of taking over for Frank while he was in prison, taking over that mission. Will we see any of Sergeant Alves in your work?
There's no direct plan at the moment, but there are conversations happening. We know that she's out there, and I love that arc as well. I think she's a great character, so I would not count her out.
I edited that last Punisher series. I definitely have places. I have places I want Rachel to appear. So.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks for reading. I like your costume. I assume that's a costume.
Probably.
Right.
It's a uniform.
Oh, thank you.
It's not a costume.
It's Uniplay. All right, you have a shirt on that I see the word slot.
Oh, dear.
Dan Slott was right. I'm not familiar with that sentiment, but okay.
Joke of like, Mom, but no, Mom would never say that.
Go ahead. What's your name?
I'm Pat.
Hey, Pat.
Just wanted to thank you guys for proving me wrong on the whole Superior Spider-Man being a horrible thing.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you.
It's fantastic.
Thanks for sticking with it. Thank you.
Hey, come up, you're getting a trade.
Really? Oh, snap.
Or a trade. Oh, okay. Did you have a quick question?
Say that.
Oh, okay.
just have a question. What's up with the Osborn baby? And number 2 would be, are we going to see more of the Iron Spiders?
All right. Iron Spider. Did you say Osborn baby?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you have ESP, some of these people.
We saw him in hiding with Harry.
We saw him in hiding with Harry in the Danger Zone arc. We haven't seen Harry Osborn since.
And the Iron Spider?
No plans right now.
No. But read Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, read it.
It's really good.
And keep Parker dead.
I like that. I've been hearing that a lot this weekend. It's like the new thing. It used to be, when's Peter Parker coming back? And more people would come to me at the signing saying, just keep Parker dead.
Hi, looking at the great panel up there, the new Ms. Marvel kind of reminded me of...
excuse me, what?
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, girls.
So, kind of reminded me of a cosmic Spider-Man. We've had, you know, the symbiote suit on Punisher and a What If and stuff. So my question to the whole panel is, in all the incarnations, who is everyone's favorite Spider-Man? 2099, Scarlet, we've got Clone.
That's a good one. Well, let's start with Humberto. Humberto, your favorite Spider-Man of all?
Doc Ock.
Well, I mean, the Superior Spider-Man is superior.
There'll be more in that then.
I know. I love them all. No, seriously, for me it's always going to be 67 Spider-Man. You know, walloping web snappers. I mean, come on. It's the best. And then Jonah with Parker. That's my Spider-Man.
Miles Morales.
Peter in the black suit era.
I've been editing Scarlet Spider for a little under 2 years now. I've done a Love Cane, and I want to take a quick moment here. We're ending the Scarlet Spider book in December. I think Chris Yost, that was announced still. Chris Yost, Eric Burnham, Ryan Stegman, and David Baldion have all done a terrific job taking this character who's kind of forgotten a little bit by Marvel, making him a strong leading character that ever since we announced that series was ending, I've just gotten nothing but angry emails. Now I always like to be Dan.
Just broke my heart.
And, you know, we were thrilled to do that. And thank you very much to all of you for giving us 2 years. And pick up New Warriors on sale in March, because he's there.
Spider-Pig. Actually, as much as it pains me to do so, I have to agree with Sutter. I actually love Miles Morales. So. That's an incredible character.
Yeah, Miles chokes me up. I love Miles, but I think I just gotta go classic red and blue, Peter.
Great. Let's go over here. If we have kids in line, let them come up first. I want to make sure we get them. Go ahead. There's no kids in your line.
This is a 7-hour question.
No, I'm kidding. Dan, just a quick question. For a reader that reads at face value, when you're dropping in hints as to what's happening in the future, how quickly do you do that? Or how far in advance? And also, what would you recommend better way to read and to pick up on those things?
I don't want you to pick up on them better because I want them to surprise you when they get you. I don't want to go like, this is the part that we seeded over here that pays off over there. No, I just do it. I don't really think about it, but I like planning things out further and further and further. So that way, it's harder for them to get a new writer.
So, how soon would you have to pitch an idea in that case?
Oh, and Dan generally once a week has an idea that has nothing to do with the issue we're working on at the moment. We'll get an email about, hey, what if, what if we shoot him into space and he becomes a sun god or something like that? All right, well, I'm going to do this story first. Let's get through this. But just from the experience of the book right now, I've been editing this book for, 170 issues or something, and there are things that Dan has set up in his very first arc that still pay off from time to time. So
There's a lot of stuff in issues 20 and 21 that are setting stuff up that are going to pay off a long ways away. You know, there's stuff it's going to be, the Spider-Man books are going to feel it for some time. The stuff that's
So
coming.
there's no real time limit like that, but what we editorially need to do is know what our plan is. So there are things that we have locked down in the book right now that are coming out in about a year. We sort of know the general direction we're heading. Inevitably, as Dan writes it, he'll find, you know, new curves in the story, new places to go. And that's probably true of all the writers up here. I'm sure Superior Foes took a different life of its own as you went on with it. I'm sure Captain Marvel the same way. But you sort of have a general destination in mind, usually.
Cool, thank you.
One of the cool things about working with Dan is that he has so many ideas so much of the time that they can then come back around like years later, that maybe it wasn't the right time to use a certain idea when, you know, he first threw it out there at 3 o'clock in the morning in an email, but then, you know, 2 years later, we come back around to that same idea and it's the right time for it.
I sent them an idea at like 4 in the morning a couple of weeks ago where I was like, it was a 4 in the morning idea. And I sent it to Ellie and Steve and Tom Brevoort, and I was like, is this good or stupid? Because at 4 in the morning I can't tell. And I was like really into it. And Steve's answer was, that's a great idea, Dan. Where's the script? That's a great idea. And Brevoort's response is, that is the stupidest idea I've ever heard.
Yes, young man. What's your name?
Tyler.
Hello, Tyler. Go for it.
Well, I actually wanted you to continue Spider-Man Noir.
Spider-Man Noir, you like that one?
David Hines, awesome.
Yeah, it was a good book. No plans to continue them right now, but... And then that drags off, and then you wonder what I meant by that.
I really do.
Okay. I will really try to make that happen. I just can't say it today.
Why not?
Come on, you're getting a trade.
Because we're not ready to announce anything. But we love Spider-Man Noir. Good memories. Go ahead. Who is this?
I'm Sarah Blonde Phantom.
Sarah Von Phantom?
Blonde Phantom.
Oh, the Blonde Phantom. Wow, very cool.
Are you going to bring back the Blonde Phantom comic?
You seem to be self-interested in the Blonde Phantom. There's no plan to bring back the Blonde Phantom, but do you want to see the Blonde Phantom somewhere in one of our comics? All right. Guys, we got to bring the Blonde Phantom back.
All right.
Someone here going to help us? Done. We're going to do this for you.
We're on it, Sarah.
We promise. The Blonde Phantom. Done. Yes, my friend.
I was wondering if Spider-Man is ever going to team up with the Avengers.
Yes. In just about every comic we publish right now. Spider-Man's with the Avengers. Kelly Sue, have you been using Spidey in Avengers Assemble at all?
Yes. Wait. Yes. I think in 21. Oh man, I have to check. It's not a critical scene, you might say, but yes.
He's also going to be around in the Mighty Avengers.
Check it out, my man.
Check out Superior 26.
Always plug in your own books. Hello, sir.
My name is Chris. Speaking of Superior Spider-Man, I was wondering, is Superior Spider-Man going to have their own TV show?
That would be awesome. He's going to be in the Lego game. They just announced it yesterday. He's going to be in the Lego game.
No plans for a TV show, I'm afraid.
You're Spider-Man India. That is awesome. You're Spider-Man India.
But check out, you know there's another Amazing Spider-Man movie coming out next year, right?
Yep.
You know that? All right, that's what we got coming. No TV, other than the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series. You watch that?
Yeah.
On Disney XD. Well, season 3 is coming up soon. I've had the pleasure of working on that, and that is going to be the biggest season yet, with more guest stars than you can even imagine. All right? Maybe even Spider-Man Noir. All right, thank you. Hello, Hit Boy.
Hey, how's it going? I'm a boy in Hit. Yeah. All right, I gotta say, It's a pleasure seeing Dan Slott again and Roberto Ramos. You guys just rock. Just keep doing your Roberto Ramos like spite powers activated. Yeah.
They are good together.
All right. So my question is, I know Dan mentioned earlier about New Goblin possibility, and the other side factor is what happened to Norman Osborn? Like, did he just fall off the boat, or is he dead?
We saw at the end of the Danger Zone arc that his body, which was in a coma, has gone missing under armed guard.
That must have just happened by accident. You have no plan for that, all right?
We have yet to see who is under the mask of who is the current Green Goblin. We have not lifted up that mask.
David Bowie!
Oh, because he's the Goblin King, that's fine.
So we have 5 good minutes. We're going to go quickly through the questions and a quick rapid fire Q&A. So please just get right to your questions so everybody has a chance.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I don't think it's a mistake that they brought, because sorry, that was going to be humbling.
You completely broke all the rules I just laid down.
And Dan Slott together on this panel announced all their new comics. What do you feel like is the dynamic between Captain Marvel and Spider-Man? I feel like they always have like this, whenever they show up together, they always have like this. So I feel like Tony and Steve when I see it, like they should be together, but not like that, but like together.
I think Tony and Steve could be like that. That would be awesome.
I think there's like it's kind of like they tried flirting and it was like so lame, you know, like it just didn't. It was like, wow, that totally does not work. But they have like a, you know, like a noogie relationship. It's like a little brother kind of thing, I think.
I think she legitimately likes him. She likes hanging out with him. He's a different energy than anyone else she has in her life.
But that Spider-Man is dead.
Go ahead, quickly, sir.
With Captain Marvel going more cosmic, I wanted to know if she'll be running into any characters like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
We would like that too. It's hard not answering, but yes, sir. There's my favorite Spider-Man right there.
My name is Dalton. Will the spirit of Spider-Man use Dr. Ock's tentacles?
Well, he's already started, he has like the Iron Spider arms. I think if he used Doc Ock's tentacles, people would kind of blow his cover. We kind of figure it out. Like for a while, I wanted to give Peter a bowl cut like Otto, and Steve was like, what are you thinking? What do you know? Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Dalton. Yes, sir.
So Dan, what are you most excited about in writing Silver Surfer, which was announced yesterday?
That sounds like a good question for the panel it was announced on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Honestly, working with Mike Allred. I just love Mike Allred. And he's so enthusiastic about this. And it's also a chance, like every time I get to work on a Marvel comic, I like trying something completely different. Like whether it's Avengers Initiative or GLA or She-Hulk. And this is a chance, like Steve is sick of me talking about Doctor Who to him. And this is a chance for me to like unleash my sci-fi geek side. With the character who really was like the first character I read of any Marvel superhero. Because I started with the Galactus trilogy.
Cool.
So I'm all very excited.
I am determined to get to everyone who's waiting in line, so we're going to keep it moving. Go ahead, sir.
My question is, Superior Carnage. I love it. I enjoy it. But are you going to keep him as a mainstream villain?
What do you mean a mainstream? He's a villain. He eats things and kills people. I mean,
you use him for brief and then he's off.
You mean, I think you need a big story about Carnage in one of the other books.
Yeah.
Right now, Carnage is holding his own books very well. The current series with Kevin Shinnick and Steven Segovia. So we're right in that line of finding a way to make him, he's still a villain, but he's got to be the star of the story. And there's something coming up after the current Superior Carnage that may scratch your itch a little bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Flash. Go ahead.
Hey guys, it's a serious question, so no smart aleck answers, all right?
Oh.
Okay. Serious question.
He's dead.
To the Spider-Man people, I just want to know if Amazing Spider-Man, if kind of the motto of that book was with great power comes great responsibility, what would you say is the motto or the banner or whatever for Superior Spider-Man now that it's really created its own identity?
It's great power comes great responsibility, but he interprets it in a completely different way. In Doc Ock's mind, that's synonymous with might makes right. Power and responsibility. He thinks might makes right. It's someone listening to Uncle Ben's speech and hearing it wrong. You know, it's not what's his new take. With great power comes no responsibility. No, it's not that. It's that he's completely misinterpreted it. So it's still with great power comes great responsibility.
Cool, thank you. I don't have a non-smart alecky answer, so I can't help you. Yes, sir.
Speaking of forgotten characters, angry emails, and me being the only one who publicly likes a certain comic mentioned here, is Alpha gonna come back? Superior Alpha. Alpha big time too?
Alpha is appearing.
Humberto Ramos up in here?
I love Alpha.
I love Alpha too.
The Alpha is appearing, I forget. Young Avengers. Young Avengers, yes. There's an appearance from Alpha. No plans beyond that right now, but thank you for the love. That was a really fun book.
Thank you. Sure.
Go ahead. Great dog.
First, I wanted to congratulate Dan on the reference in Big Bang Theory to Superior Spider-Man.
Was that awesome?
And my second question is, I don't care if Parker stays dead, but can we bring back Ben Reilly?
No. Absolutely not. I made it my mission when I took over the books.
16 years away.
He's a pile of goo. He's a pile of goo. Yes. Now look at this costume. Hey, Spidey. Yeah. Oh,
Yes. Hey. Right costume. Awesome. I love it.
I'll get a picture with you later on.
I want one. Got my camera. I just want to say I love everything you guys are doing, and I wanted to say that Marvel has been putting out a ton of fun books. And Steve, you're the editor in a lot of them, Superior Foes, Hawkeye. Was that an intentional decision to make it fun, off-filter books that are still they're lighthearted and fun, but still have a lot of heavy emotional weight to them?
No conscious decision. It's probably natural because I'm a little smart alecky by nature, but it's also just with the people. I don't generally have a lot of ideas for what the book should be before I talk to the writers about them. The tone of Superior Foes is all down to Nick. The tone of Captain Marvel is all down to Kelly Sue. The tone of Hawkeye is all me. It has nothing to do with Matt. It tends to be the writers I like, I guess.
He has to say that, but there are people who follow the Whacker Office books for a reason, you know? I mean, I don't listen to this, Steve.
All right.
But yeah, no, I think there's an energy. I think he curates a certain kind of book.
Thank you. So, are you Gwen?
Yes, I am.
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
She's back.
That was actually my question has to do with that, because obviously I'm a really big fan of Gwen, but I was just wondering who your favorite Spider-Man girlfriend is.
Let's go real quick. Go.
Gwen.
MJ.
Anna Maria Marconi.
MJ.
Gwen.
Yeah.
MJ.
MJ Tiger.
Gwen. Sorry to hear about the bridge, but real quick.
So with all the spider love going on, is Jessica Drew getting her own ongoing series anytime soon?
Wouldn't that be cool?
Good one.
What?
I said, wouldn't that be cool?
Spider-Woman getting her own series.
I think there's around 1,000 people in our office that wants that.
Do it.
All right. That's a point. No one else get online.
Happy Marvel movie.
Yes. No one else get online. Real quick, go.
All right, Dan. I love you, but I also hate you.
Awesome.
Just needed to get that out there.
Thanks so much.
Real quick, Black Cat. Everyone knows that Black Cat's probably smarter than every other woman in Peter Parker's life.
Right, come on!
How quickly is she going to find out about us?
You better read issue 20.